Hello, people of the internet. Welcome back to more Nina Aquila. On the last episode, we interviewed Marcus Steele, and on this episode, we're interviewing Axel Rage, who is supposedly being possessed
by Daniel.
And he's not he's not following very good court proceedings. Matter of fact, I'm surprised they're even allowing this.
He's possessed, Nick. He can't help it. It's a highly understood natural phenomena, according to the prosecution.
Right.
Though I appear mild-mannered, this is merely a front. My body is but a vessel. Daniel, who dwells within my arm, hungered for the darkness, and I was forced to retire to my room. Daniel and I mourned Da Silva's loss.
Oh, only 3. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Reyes. Miss Aquila, please begin your cross-examination.
How the fuck am I supposed to cross-examine that?
I don't know. Do it.
Well, something's not right. Why did Marcus see Axel on the stairs? I need to press him for more information.
I was not occupying my own vessel at the time. That was me while I was under the control of Daniel.
So Daniel
within my arm.
So you're telling me that Daniel, the demon, looks at his phone? Or your phone? He knows how to operate phones and would...
He possesses my body. Of course he knows how to operate them.
So, wait, hold on. If he's a demon and he's, like, possessing you...
Yes.
Why would he even need to use the stairs? He would just, like, I don't know, fly or something?
Because he still has to appear mortal, so as not to overthrow the rest of the crowd.
So Daniel, the demon...
Yes.
Is just casually walking down the stairs looking at the phone.
Have you seen Supernatural? Crowley does that all the time.
Oh, jeez. Save, because you can never save enough.
You always save on the same one, too.
Why?
Did he say something about this is why you're supposed to save on separate save files because of...
Well, I don't think it matters for narrative games like this. Anyway...
Why did it matter for the other one?
Well, it wouldn't have mattered for the other one, Cave Story, because I actually can't. Yes, because I actually can't save on multiple save files.
Well, yeah. Well, why did you make that suggestion in the first place?
Because...
About Cave Story.
So, I used to have the pause recording button on numpad 0.
How long ago was this? Because I always thought you had it on 5.
No, that's for starting and stopping recording. I'm talking about the pause button.
Oh.
So the start recording and stop recording is on numpad 5. But I used to have the pause on 0. Yes.
Okay.
But Cave Story, like I told you, the
no
PC...
controller support. Yeah. So X and fire.
Yes, and then
or X and Z for your fire.
Right, and the arrow keys for movement. I guess somehow I accidentally ended up pressing 0 because it's right next to the right arrow key, and I skipped an entire boss fight. Or I didn't skip it, more like I did it thinking I was recording, but it was
recording was paused.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it's on delete. Anyway.
Hold it.
Mild-mannered? You're outspoken, arrogant. You run a multinational corporation.
I prefer to think of myself as driven. For vengeance! Regardless. Daniel, who... Oh.
What kind of alibi is that?
Objection.
Aquila, the witness's statements...
About how he was has a possessed right arm? Is he left-handed? Or when he goes to the bathroom, does his demon wipe his...
Miss Aquila, you will refrain from such scatological observations within my courtroom.
Even if we put that aside, Mr. Reyes...
Yes?
Marcus Steele saw you on the access stairwell at a similar time to the murder. Is this true?
Yes, I was there and recall someone passing me on the stairs, though I cannot say for certain who it was.
That syncs up with Marcus that Axel was glued to his phone. Why are you there?
I had intended to meet someone for dinner.
Ooh, juicy. I heard rumor that you were dating someone. Not now, Terry. Can you say who you intended to meet?
Objection.
I hardly think an intrusion into the witness's private life is appropriate.
Objection.
On the contrary, we're discussing the witness's alibi. His reason for being near the murder scene and in transit are of great importance. Sorry, Stella.
Sustained. I agree with Miss Aquila. Miss Aquila. Witness, who were you intending to meet? Your Honor. Yes? I wish to take the fifth. Witness, what is the meaning of this?
No way.
Well, that is a surprise. Psst, Nina, what does Axel mean? Why is everyone so surprised?
Axel wants to take the fifth, which means in layman's terms means that he refuses to answer my question.
No, in layman's terms, it means that before any testimony or anything goes on, you say when you're being interrogated by the police, like, you know, before court or before anything else, you say you take the fifth, meaning that you do not speak to anyone about anything regarding anything and give no testimony or evidence or anything of that nature to anybody at all. You just refuse to testify, you refuse to present evidence, you refuse to be there as a witness even, as far as I understand. Unless your lawyer, like your personal lawyer or public defender that's assigned to you, etc., explicitly says that you need to make a statement.
I don't know. I feel like there are different...
You can't just use it once in the middle of court like this to refuse to answer a question. That's not how that works.
Have you been seeing, not to get too political, but have you been seeing the January 6th committee?
No, I've been meaning to. I don't care anymore, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's...
I mean, I care, but not enough to watch a fucking, what was it, 12-hour longer, like, thing?
Regardless, there's one part in it where they're interviewing people, right? And they're like, they're asking several questions. And to each question, they just replied the fifth. So like, what were you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Plead the fifth. How do you feel? Blah, blah, blah. Plead the fifth. Another question. The fifth. Another question.
But regardless,
the fifth.
my main point is that if you're going to take the fifth, you have to commit to that. That is what you do for the entire interview process. You can't answer some questions and refuse to answer others. I'm not just simply sure. Because I choose to, like, if you take a vow of silence undertaking the pleading of the fifth thing, you don't talk at all to anybody except your lawyer.
I don't know.
At least that's my understanding of it. But
well, let's see how the game...
Anyway.
Oh, wait, I didn't read that, did I?
Essentially, it means that in court they can take the fifth in order to refuse implicating themselves.
Okay. Or reveal something that could be damaging to them.
Isn't that basically admitting guilt?
No, it's more complicated than that, but it casts him in a very unfavorable light.
I can't believe it. Mr. Reyes, you must be aware that by refusing the question, you are likely to face a subpoena. This also poses questions about your involvement with this incident, questions that you may be compelled to answer. I suggest that you do not take this decision lightly. I object.
Who?
I'm assuming Hawk.
Oh, Estella.
Oh. I object! Stella, please. It's okay, Axel. This is for us. Your Honor, I can vouch that Axel was on his way to the hotel lobby because he was supposed to be meeting me. Well, you are... I mean... You're gorgeous. Mr. Reyes, why were you hesitant to say you were meeting with this young woman? Your Honor, we own rival companies. This young woman is Stella Faraday, owner of Faraday Tech. We were concerned about the business implications of our relationship. But you said that you returned to your room. I'm sorry, Mr. Reyes, but I don't understand. On the way downstairs, I was reading about some bleeder drama between Joel da Silva and someone else. When I reached the lobby, I peered out of the door in the main area and could see Stella. She was surrounded by an army of fans, many of whom could be her discussing the events I had just read.
So what did you do?
I was weary. Before arriving at the hotel, I had just flown in from an expo in Shanghai. Overhearing the discussion of that bleeder drama made me realize that I couldn't handle a public appearance at the moment. In my weakened state, I could feel Regenial's spirit straining to escape my arm. In the end, I was forced to turn back up the stairs and retreat to the safety of my room to recuperate. Sheesh. He stood up Stella Faraday?
Gotta admit, it makes me wonder about that whole thing with his arm.
There I remained in darkness.
You definitely didn't stop on you definitely didn't stop in on Joel Da Silva on your way up.
No, there was no reason to do so. I had no particular reason to speak to him, nor did I bear him any ill will.
You sure about that, Axel?
Do you feel this is important, Miss Aquila?
Yes, I believe it's important.
I agree. Can you please add it to your statement? As you wish.
Hold it!
Had you spoken to him at all during the visit?
No, I hadn't run into him, or gone to see him in his room.
You knew where he was staying?
Yes, on the floor below mine. He always stays in that room when he visits Flint City.
Why's that?
I'm not familiar with all of his business dealings, but I believe he owns a share in the hotel. Another misspelling.
Hold it!
You knew him well?
For a number of years. His death, it's a lot to accept for myself and those around me.
Yeah, Axel seems to get flustered mentioning Da Silva's death. I guess that makes sense. You knew him quite well. But is it because he's mourning, or racked with guilt? It's difficult to read. Another witness who claims to have gone up to the room due to tiredness.
They're both guests at a hotel. That's what hotel guests do.
Maybe, but this whole thing sounds a bit vague for my tastes. I should press rare everything and see if he slips up. Though I did. But I'm assuming you have to press on this, considering that's the new thing that got added.
Did you not already?
No, sorry, I meant okay, do evidence.
Oh. Wait, they have a rivalry. Of course he bears them ill will. Remember?
Yes, we're...
Right there. Below Angry Bleeder Post. Up. Right
oh.
there.
Objection!
Yep, that was it.
Okay. That's not true, Axel.
What?
Your Honor, the victim, Joel Da Silva, was the owner of a multinational corporation named SilvaPro. The defense has come to know that SilvaPro was in the final steps of expanding into esports space.
Esports?
Professional video gaming.
Ah, I understand.
Not entirely certain you do, but... Axel, you had very good reason to bear ill will towards Da Silva. His company's actions threatened your bottom line.
Oh my god, you're right.
Axel, you're Da Silva's business rival. He could have usurped you in your chosen field. Is it true that you were scared he might surpass your achievements?
Da Silva knew nothing about esports. He just wanted to make a quick buck.
So you're saying he wasn't a threat to your business?
Of course he was. SilvaPro's buying power was enormous. Da Silva's business strategies were just like his card game dueling, ruthless. Through brute force alone, he could have severely hampered our profits.
That sounds like ill will to me.
It was business. It wasn't personal.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Both of your companies share your names.
Irrelevant.
You're rivals in the world of DFA.
Irrelevant.
You're...
Da Silva was an insufferable prick! He was an arrogant, overconfident, self-assured know-it-all. But he was my friend. Axel. He was my friend, and like a father to Stella. He pushed and pushed and pushed, challenging us both to do better, to be better. He knew just how to push my buttons, and he never lost sight of how to win. He never even considered he might lose. Not in business, not in DFA, not in life. Miss Aquila, you ask if I bore him any malice, any contempt. How dare you accuse me of such a thing?
This is a murder investigation, Mr. Reyes.
I'm not talking about that. Murder is one thing, but you're talking about a duelist's honor.
Sure.
The very idea that I would slink around, underhanded, and stab my opponent in the back. I wanted more than anything to defeat Joel Da Silva. But head on, before a crowd, with my Fire Phoenix!
I apparently
The
gained...
Fire God card.
Okay.
Because, like, there's the Gyarados or whatever. Not Gyarados, but
Right,
whatever.
the one that we got from, Sella.
Yeah. I told you.
You did. And you were right.
Miss Aquila, do you have...
Your Honor, the defense rests with regard to this witness.
You're certain, Miss Aquila?
Quite certain, yes. We are willing to accept that. We are willing to accept his alibi in the face of lacking conflicting evidence.
Very well. Mr. Reyes, you may leave the witness stand. Mr. Hawk, was that the last witness you intend to call for today? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution asserts that while their alibis may not be ironclad,
You can say that again.
the existing evidence against Terry Scrub remains quite reasonable, and can be connected in such a way to the Mr. Steele, and can't be connected in such a way to Mr. Steele or Mr. Reyes. There's a the there.
Whatever.
And on that point, the prosecution rests. I don't get it. What does he mean?
He means we failed.
What?
We're trying to suggest evidence against Terry could be applied to others. Hawk thinks we failed to do that.
Very well. Mr. Hawk, I am inclined to agree with your assessment. No. There's gotta be something else.
I wish there was.
Given that the location of the incident can't easily be accessed without a stairwell pass, and that this access system involves a computer-controlled lock, we can be reasonably certain that we have accounted for all possible suspects. Miss Aquila, do you have anything to add? Nina, you have to do something.
Your Honor. Think, Nina. Doesn't matter how likely it is, only that it's possible. Could anything else have been at the crime scene? Come on, Nina. Work the problem. Hawk's case is built on an assumption. He believes that only those with a stairwell pass could have been at the murder scene. Maybe someone had a pass? Someone we don't know about? No, Hawk's too thorough. He would have found someone, and that doesn't make those sorts of, he doesn't make those sorts of mistakes. So his conclusion is perfect. That's only if his base assumption is correct.
Miss Aquila, I'm going to have to hurry you. Please put forward some relevant evidence or I'll draw these proceedings to a close.
It's now or never. Could someone have access to the stairwell without a pass? Who else could have been at the scene? Can I save?
Who else was active somewhere in the hotel at the time of the murder? Wait, go back to the con passes? For the tournament, starter decks, faulty elevators, Marcus Origin, no fingerprints, Joel, Maria, who we've ruled out, the thief.
I mean...
But they were too busy, right?
Well, that's all I've got. Of course. Your Honor, the defense believes that there was a person at the hotel who could have been there. This person is not, as far as I'm aware, in this courtroom today.
Who?
Objection.
Ridiculous. Every single stairwell pass has been accounted for. I left no stone unturned.
Objection.
You're absolutely right, Chad.
Chad? What?
This person didn't have a stairwell pass. Your Honor, the defense presents the, as of yet, unidentified safecracker thief.
Objection.
That's preposterous.
Why? Detective Flatfoot's investigation showed that the safecracker thief was skilled at bypassing electronic locks.
They were robbing the safe. Mr. Hawk makes a fair point, Miss Aquila.
Hawk, how would you characterize the actions of the thief?
What?
How would you describe them?
Well, skilled? In fact, highly skilled, especially so. The safe's lock is meant to be the best in the business.
I thought so too. The cameras in the safe room were tampered with, and recorded a period of static around the time of the robbery. Perhaps enough time to rob a safe, and infiltrate the hotel, and get back with time to spare?
Really? There's no proof that anyone else visited the victim's room.
Need I remind you, Prosecutor Hawk, that many present at the hotel this weekend are wearing card-handling gloves?
Your Honor, this supposition is entirely baseless. The prosecution has prepared a case based upon the facts and investigated all reasonable avenues of inquiry. Surely you won't entertain this wild speculation?
Order.
Order? Cease this bickering, both of you. Mr. Hawk, you are correct.
Oh no.
As a result, it is regretful I must say this,
No, 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 no.
but Miss Aquila has raised some convincing arguments. Did she just... Nina! Breathe! Your Honor, I must protest. Mr. Hawk, has the prosecution had any success in discovering the identity of this safecracker thief? Not as yet, Your Honor, but we have several lines of inquiry. Neither of today's witnesses can truly independently prove their whereabouts at the time of the murder. While we know that a hardened criminal was, at the same time, actively engaged in a crime in the hotel. These two facts are undeniable. To call them a pure coincidence would be bordering on the absurd. I am calling a recess to allow counsel to further investigate this case. What? Did we do it?
We bought ourselves some more time.
However, Miss Aquila,
Yes, Your Honor?
in accordance with the 3-day statute, I will render a verdict at the end of the next trial day.
Okay, so it's the same rules as Phoenix Wright. We only get 3 days.
Sheesh. De Silva was murdered, and your client was found standing over his body. These facts have not changed. You would be wise to remember this. We shall reconvene the day after tomorrow. Sheesh!
Yeah.
Court is adjourned. Damn.
Well, okay, we'll meet early tomorrow. Hey, watch where you're going, Hawk.
Why? You've already impeded my work enough.
Don't take that tone with me just because you didn't wrap up the case in a neat little package.
A neat little... My ego doesn't bruise so easily, Aquila, unlike some people's.
What are you trying to say?
I think my point was clear. And I'll tell you something else. You don't believe the safecracker thief committed the murder any more than I do.
It's possible.
Possible? Maybe. But improbable.
You may think so, Hawk. But fortunately, you're not the judge of this trial. Tawny is.
You know what?
What?
If Anya Miller were here and could see you wasting the court's time like this, I think she would be ashamed of you.
Damn.
Hey, you okay? Where does that jerk get off?
It's fine, Dylan. We're going to see what we can do for Terry. That's all that matters. Look, I'm gonna head back to the office. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sure. Damn, dude. Yeah, that was a low blow,
It really-
even for you.
Yeah. Oof.
Yay, save game.
Now we're going to play the save game song. Melody. Play the save game song. You know the one.
You want me to get that?
Huh? Dylan?
I'm next door. Do you want me to answer on your phone?
Let it go to voicemail.
Okay. Where were we? Oh, dinner, right. So what do you want to do? Are you getting up, or...
Yes, I'm getting up. Sheesh.
There's just a bunch of noise going on. I don't really know what's...
I'm guessing she's like getting up and like preparing for the day, shaving, clipping her hair.
Achoo!
Whoa, are you okay?
Allergies. That's all. But, are you okay? Yeah! I was worried about you. I wanted to punch Hawk after what he said.
Do I need to get you allergy pills?
I'll be okay.
Jesus.
He'll have to apologize when we find out who the safecracker
Hey, Dylan?
thief was.
Stand real still real quick.
Uh,
That'll knock some allergies out of you.
Dina, that's. Oh, that worked.
Really? I thought I could just beat the allergies out of you. Are you sure? Let me try again.
No. That's quite. Ah! All right.
Gee, you're scaring the cat. Look at what you're doing.
But I'm doing it for the best.
Jeez.
I'm petting you. Why are you backing away, you weird?
See, I told you, you're scaring her.
Well, like I was like petting her like down here on her back next to her butt, and she like backed up really quick.
Yeah, she's silly.
Sat down. Poor kitty. And now you're purring, but sitting. You're a weird cat.
He is. And now she's gonna jump in front of the screen.
She will. She jump. I'm not letting her. Anyway, I already read that line.
Oh. Yeah, about that.
What? Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Wait, what? We're not?
Paco's right.
About you wasting the court's time?
No, not that. About the thief. I don't really believe that thief and the killer are the same person.
But at the trial, you said...
I know what I said, and it was true too. It isn't impossible, but it's very unlikely. We're on the clock, Terry. Today's all we have left. Hawk can run himself ragged looking for the thief.
Okay, but... so, what... What are we gonna do? Ah, Jesus, allergies are kicking my ass today.
If he sees any more in this office, I'm gonna throw you out the window.
Ha! Like you could pick me up.
I'm not actually sure, but we won't find any answers here. Let's head over to the casino.
Okay, boss. Yep, sure. I have allergies, okay? I can't... They don't just go away like that, alright? I took my meds, but it's not helping. I gotta wait for it to kick in and... Sorry.
Good grief. It looks like mostly empty now.
Can I help you?
Where is everyone?
From what I understand, there was a pretty big party last night. I imagine most of the guests are sleeping it off. Wait, you're that lawyer.
Yep, Nina Aquila. Can we get to the safe room?
Sorry, but not right now. The detective asked us to keep it sealed until he arrived. We're expecting him soon. I'm new to this, but... Can he actually, deny you access like that? Does he have the right to do that?
Technically, I could call the police. Okay, this bit is actually kind of getting old.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's okay. Technically, I could call the police department and enforce the issue, but Flatfoot would probably be there by the time I did that. Be here by the time I did that. We'll just have to come back later. Okay, well. It's about that time anyway, so we'll just send the up. Yeah.
Alright.
We'll investigate in the next episode. See you guys then.